Friends, in this video, we will tell you about a project, very interesting project known as Surface Avatars. And avatars is a word which is very common in India and worldwide today because of the movies, avatar movies. And so we will actually explain to you today in this video about what is this entity called Surface Avatar, and how does this is directly linked to the development of mankind, and what is groundbreaking happening today, which is using AI, robots, a combination with human endurance and human control. So we are actually doing series about how AI and robotics is changing the face of the human civilization. This is one of the such programs started by ESA. So we will tell you more about this as we proceed, but let us understand what is avatar in the first place.
Yes, it's very essential to really understand what is Avatar, though many people have understood due to the film Avatar, which is being created by James Cameron. But Avatar is a Hindu concept, and people who know about Hinduism, they can understand the concept of Avatar. But just for people who don't know, I just want to tell we have Trinity God. One of the prominent God is Vishnu, and Vishnu has been is assigned as a caretaker of cosmos, of humanity, and he takes avatar. And I just want to clarify, the avatars are not the clones, but avatar is reincarnation of one entity into a different entity. So that means they are different in their personality. So Vishnu is it's said to we have taken 9 avatar till now. One avatar is in the row. We are waiting as a Hindu. And these are the new personality, and it's definitely a different entity, and these avatars are away from the main entity, which is Vishnu. So you have to really understand this is an Indian concept, and James Cameron has created, has shown then how this avatar works, because if you have seen the movie, that they very vividly, very profoundly has shown that the human body is preserved, the mind is transferred to a different entity, and then avatar, the new avatar of the same person act in a different way. So avatar is a very prominent concept of Hinduism, and we should understand. And when we relate with surface avatar, that you should understand that it is a aim to create an intelligent co-worker for the scientists and for humankind.
Absolutely. So this is a very amazing concept, and now we are trying to do that. Probably our ancients were more advanced than what we think of, and we actually think these are all myth and mythology, but that is not the case, because obviously the ancients had the technology, and this is exactly what we are trying to do. So the ESA, which is the European Space Agency, has started a program running from the International Space Station, which is known as Surface Avatar. They have successfully conducted an experiment where the human is considered as the entity, and the avatar is the robot which is on the surface of the Earth. So sitting in the space station, they are able to control the robot on the surface of the Earth. The idea is that while you are in the space, you have much wider reach, and then you can actually create 1 or 2 robots to do hazardous activity where humans cannot go. So there could be instances where certain activities require like very complex construction projects, or diving under the sea very deep where humans cannot go. But even the robot has an AI, but somebody has to control, somebody has to do governance, and that role can be played by the human entity. And this is exactly what the project is all about. It is called Surface Avatar because the avatar of the human sitting in space station is on the surface of the Earth. And they have successfully conducted the first experiment where they have controlled 1 robot. Now they are actually talking about extending this to 4 robots. If one human using his console can control, his or her console can control up to 4 robots on the surface of the earth, then they can actually carry out very complex tasks, because these robots will be able to carry out multiple tasks, and they will never get tired. All they have to do is, if their battery gets drained, they have to just plug themselves in. They will be in AI, they will be learning. So whole lot of activities can be conducted by these avatars while they are on the surface. And imagine if we can actually extend this from 4 to maybe 20 avatars, then a very complex construction projects can be taken up by human race. We can transform the surface of the earth. We can start building in the oceans. We can actually start building huge skyscrapers. We can start building on the mountains. And if you remember, if you're a fan of Star Wars, Coruscant is a planet which is the home planet of the Empire, and the entire planet is one wide big city. So similar projects, even if we imagine in the realms of fiction, is not possible for humans unless we have this surface avatar working for us, and then we have a master plan being executed by humans when they are sitting out there in space. So it's a lot easier, it gets very easy to implement such plan. So I think this is a first step towards that, and the control will be always done from space. Now you would ask a question, why you have to go through space? Now we have to go through into the space to control the surface avatar, because we want this project to be extendable, to be scalable. And Earth is not the only target, because Earth is already covered in some way or the other. There are a lot of humans on this surface of the earth which are already doing a lot of, they are creative. Somebody is doing teaching, somebody is doing construction, somebody is doing something else. The main target is to colonize other planets, other satellites. And once we test this model, we can use it on Earth, we can use it on Moon, we can use it on Mars. So that is why the surface avatar is very important, because imagine a colony, moon colony or moon base is being built by humans. Then a few humans sitting in the orbital station around the moon can control army of robots which will build the habitation on the surface of the moon. Now, if you do the same thing, same activity by sending humans on the surface, you need to provide legal system, you need to provide role structures, you need to provide education, children education, you have to provide salaries, you have to provide oxygen, water, everything, the whole lot, which is not possible. So it is like what comes first, chicken or the egg? So either you build the habitat so that humans can come and then start doing their civilization on the foreign lands, alien worlds, or you actually send humans to build this whole thing up, which is very, very expensive. So I think this whole plan of surface avatar will help us colonize Moon, Mars, maybe other in the near future, maybe in far off future, we may be able to go to Europa, Titan, so many, Venus, so many other planets are there where human colonization is possible. And therefore surface avatar is a very important project for the next step in human development.
When we are talking about human development, then mining is a crucial part of human development, and we know we had been doing mining and extracting resources from Earth, but Earth also have a limitation. And as you know, somebody who is interested in space, they they must be having knowledge that there are many planets in the cosmos who have abundance amount of resources, especially in mining. Like we have a planet of diamond, we have a planet which has iron, which there are many planets who are holding precious elements like gold, which is required in space traveling. So the surface avatar can help us in mining also on different planet, and in this way we can use the resources for the human development. And that is a big project, because mining itself requires a huge machines, a huge engine, and that can be built in the space, and that is how we can extract few resources which are in abundance in space. That is one, and second, we require these resources, and we so because the earth is we are already on the verge of exhausting the resources which are available. We have already done a huge mining on earth, so now the next step is to mine the resources from the cosmos which we can use, and thus surface avatar is a great and will be a great help in this process.
Absolutely. In fact, people keep talking about, hey, AI is coming, robotics are coming, what we will do. This is exactly the next step. And, this idea is not futuristic. This is happening as we speak. So this is in the near future. This is the next generation of jobs, availability of jobs, what you should be doing as humans. We should be controlling this army of robots. We should talk about, do we understand AI? And the future, as you mentioned, Kanchan, about the mining. Mining is very, very important, because to grow, to basically build these colonies, you don't want to take the material from Earth. You can actually start mining in the alien worlds and start getting the material. Now the material could be iron, it could be aluminum, it could be magnesium, sodium. When we want to grow plants, we need nitrogen, potassium, things like that. And so we have all these elements in abundance on Earth, but they are also in abundance in asteroids. So asteroid mining will become very important. We will start getting the material. It's a lot cheaper to mine from asteroid and bring it in the orbit and start building things on the surface of the Earth. As in this picture, there is a space colony which can house at least 1 million people living in safety, security of the open space. Since this is a wheel, it is rotating. But how do you basically build this huge structure which can replicate the gravity of the Earth? You can't carry all the material from Earth. You have to get it from the asteroid. And mining an asteroid, if humans are doing it, again the same problem. You need to provide them food, shelter, oxygen, entertainment, etc. Whereas if there are surface avatar, they can be sent, an army of robots can be sent to an asteroid, a targeted asteroid. They start mining it, sending it back to wherever it is needed. So the era of huge building centers in space, directly in space, will come up, and our future spaceships will be constructed directly in space itself, rather than building a huge rocket, lifting small spacecraft from Earth, because Earth has a huge gravity. We need a lot of power to lift. But if we start building the spaceship directly in space, we can make them bigger. The bigger spaceship will have bigger engines and lot of people. So if we want to basically start colonizing and even dream of going to other planets, other solar systems, become a truly galactical civilization, then we would need space avatar. So everything starts from this project, and that is why we are talking about this today. This is a future, friends. And this is also going to create lot of new opportunities when it comes to in next decade, or we're talking about next at least 100 years. Lot of new opportunities will open up. Basically humans will start controlling these space robots.
I think the future will be more exciting, and we look forward towards that.
Absolutely.